It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Ready? Black 25 behind. Put him on the punches. Let's put that team on the punt. Flip, flip, flip.
They'll run on 1st down. Jefferson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, Jefferson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
From the 44, Winston. Open man is Higgins. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a handoff here to his running back. Able to push his way through. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Ready. Move ready. Drop deep, drop deep. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down, 3 down. No, no, no.
On first down, they run with Howard. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try to throw now. Winston. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the shotgun, Wilson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 46 yards.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
57's the mic. 57's the mic.
Third and 2, now Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and the ball is knocked out. And I think they are going to get this one back. Boy, that would have been something. Double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
They run with Howard, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Winston. Buying time. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now,
or
very
lights
quickly,
out.
or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll run on first down. It's Howard, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. On second and 11 now. Winston, and he's got the hook up to Moore. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ready? White 25.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Delay of game penalty ships him back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Throwing on 2nd down, Wilson. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
58,
Throwing again. Wilson. Going deep downfield for Ross. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jameis to throw it. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working out of the gun, Winston. He's got his man, it's Andrews. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Ready? Blue ready. Yeah, right there. 54 Mike. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go.
On 1st down, it's Howard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Running with Howard. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Hey, 30. Let's go.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
At the 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Got one. Kill.
Throwing, Winston. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Mark Andrews with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll make the score 14-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to be set up in excellent field position up past the 45.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get the field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you call multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Wilson to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Now it's Wilson. Being chased out left. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Ready, white 25. Right 54, right 54. Hey, fall. Let him go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. This pass complete to Higgins. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there? Swarming to it and not allowing that to happen. Did not let him get downfield.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the gun, Winston. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line. A cool little accomplishment for him passing the football. 25,000 yards. He just surpassed that for his career.
When he was a little guy in the backyard just throwing it around probably with his dad, he thought about playing in the NFL. He dreamed of it. But to put up these kind of numbers while doing so, that's got to be kind of cool for him. He'll enjoy the heck out of thinking about that when this one is over.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. And they give this time to the tailback. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
They gashed him in a big way on that last run, and defense fortunate to tackle him on the 2-yard line, but doesn't necessarily mean that there's something wrong with the defense's plan. And that's the one thing the coordinator has to do to make sure the confidence stays high. Okay, sometimes they're going to get a big play against us. That doesn't mean we change everything and abandon our game plan, but now they have to stiffen and try and keep him out of the end zone.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Winston. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. On the counter, Gurley. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll set up the screen for Freeman, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
On first down, it's Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception, Winston going right side here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? The first down throw for Winston. Flushed out right. Able to locate his running back, open downfield. 23 yards on the play.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Howard. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Three quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Winston. Throw left side to Higgins. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 22 yards there, a first down. Winston now, pretty remarkable. 14 of 15 through the air, only one incompletion, and another 1st and 10 here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Out of the gun, this is Howard. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jordan Howard, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Lambeau to add on the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6.
Makes the score Steelers 28, Saints 6. Josh Lambeau set to kick off.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
First down, Winston. Flush to his right, letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Check. 5 on the 50.
Running from the gun with Howard. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Here we go on 4th down. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Saints will have the football back. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach?
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Alex Anzalone able to run him down for a loss of a yard. After the sack here, 2nd and 11.
57, Mike 57. Hey, that's right.
Throwing is Wilson. Open man is Ross, complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. There he goes, left side. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Saints 6. Josh Lambeau set to kick off.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
57's the mic.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, Wilson. He completes this one to Mack. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Hey, hero.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Now Wilson steps away to his left, and he'll get in, and they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They're looking to throw this. Winston. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Jameis now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's first down. Now a give right side. Jefferson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Winston, he's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Winston. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
54 Mike. Hey, come on now. Hatchet.
Winston here to throw. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Mike. Flat 22. 5-4. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On second down now, Jefferson. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch 'cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating 'cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not saving, Be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist.